Well, friends, good evening. Let us start our today's class. In the previous class, we have discussed about various types of directors and how they are appointed. Those are the issues we are discussing. Today, we'll quickly recapitulate that fact. Then we'll move to the other part that is about disqualification of the directors. I think that is there in your syllabus. So let me share with you the related screen.
Sir.
Then it will be easier for us. I think. Okay.
Yes,
Are you
sir.
able to visualize the screen?
Corporate.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, see. So
Yes, sir.
we
We're able to see the screen. Yeah, now it is full screen.
okay, so we are in this portion, appointment of
Yes, sir.
directors, various types of directors, including nominee directors we have already covered, but appointment of the directors, last class we have learned. Then disqualification, number of directorships, duties of directors. So this is what I am planning to cover today. Right. Appointment is already
Okay,
over.
sir.
Just we'll have a quick glance over that. Disqualification,
Disqualification
number of directorships, then
for
duties.
appointment.
Yeah, these things we'll see.
Sir.
Okay, regarding
Okay, sir.
appointment, if you have any query regarding appointment, you just tell me. I had told you earlier also how directors will be elected, proportional representation, then single vote, all these concepts we have discussed. There are some exceptions where
Yes, sir.
even combinedly we can get the directors elected. Those things we have
Two
discussed.
exceptions are there.
Right. And types of directors like independent director, etc. We have discussed those concepts. Some of the examples also we have done. Then how many directors will be retiring by rotation? These concepts also we have done. Once you see these slides, it will be more clear to you. Right. So
Yes, sir.
let me move to the slide from where we are going to start today. Just wait a minute. You see, this is a very vast topic, directors. So we'll cover only to that extent, which is there in your syllabus.
Disqualifications for appointment of director.
Yeah, so we'll start from here. Here, what are the disqualifications? This also we have initiated in the last class, I think, isn't it? So I had told you, even if there is no educational, there is no professional qualification which is prescribed in the Act. Act doesn't specify any kind of academic or professional qualification to become director. So practically anybody can become the director if he is having a director's identification number, which we call it as DIN. If DIN is there, then one can become a director. Okay, and what is required for a DIN?
The digital signature,
Yeah, digital signature.
then online we need to apply.
Yeah,
We need to
online
register online.
digital signature you need to apply. Then you should have with this thing, Aadhaar card and PAN.
Yes.
These two things are necessary. With that one,
PAN.
anybody
Address
can.
proof also.
Yeah, that Aadhaar card will take care of that.
Aadhaar card, yeah.
Aadhaar
Yes.
card will take care of that address proof. And but PAN is necessary. So in addition to that, you need to have a PAN, and through that you will be able to obtain the digital signature. Then with digital signature and these two documents, and of course photos is required. One photo is required, so you can apply for a director's identification number. With that, one can become a director. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But some other disqualifications has also been prescribed in the Act. We will be seeing that thing. What are the other disqualifications? Have you ever seen a digital signature?
Yeah, once you shown, sir, in the class.
Yeah. So it is a pen drive like thing which is
Yes.
affixed. Right. So now we'll move to this part. People are still joining, so admit. Yeah, coming to this part, what are the disqualifications? Partly we had discussed in our previous class. First disqualification. The disqualifications are dealt in section 164 and subsection 1. Okay, first one, subsection 1 talks about this disqualification. First of all, disqualification is that he is of unsound mind. That means if he is unsound mind, that is a disqualification. Okay. Or stands so declared by competent court, or court declares a person as a person of unsound mind, then that is a disqualification. That person cannot be appointed as the auditor. Or he is an undischarged insolvent. This aspect also we had discussed in our previous class. If an insolvent person is discharged of all his liability, he again becomes solvent. But if he is undischarged insolvent, then he continues to be an insolvent. Consequently, it is a disqualification to become director. He cannot be appointed as a director. Third point is that he has applied to be adjudicated as insolvent and his application is pending. And if somebody wants to adjudicate himself as insolvent, there is a procedure. Insolvency Bankruptcy Act deals with that procedure. He has to apply to competent court for declaration of insolvent. If somebody has applied, then also that becomes an disqualification. That person cannot be appointed as an auditor. Fourth point, you see, he has been convicted by court of any offense, whether involving moral turpitude or otherwise, and sentenced to imprisonment for not less than 6 months. So up to 6 months imprisonment is okay. One can still become a director. But if his imprisonment is 6 months or more, then that person is disqualified for being appointed as a director for 5 years. Okay. Therefore, the law says, and a period of 5 years has not been elapsed. So if by any chance somebody is imprisoned for 6 months or more, then one lesson here is that that person will not be eligible to be appointed as director for 5 years. Okay, are you getting?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. And again, one more additional point we have to see. If the person is imprisoned for whatever reason, for 7 years or more, if by any chance the person is imprisoned for 7 years or more, then he is not eligible to be appointed as director in any company. In his lifetime, he can never be a director if imprisonment is 7 years or more. Okay. This is how the imprisonment time plays an important role. Okay. Okay. Once again, I request all of you, if there is some background noise, please mute your speaker. Please mute your speakers if there is some background noise.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You can mute and you can talk, no issue. Right. If there is no background noise, then please keep your speakers unmuted so that you can talk. But in case you feel there is some background noise, then please mute your speakers. Okay, so this is primarily some of the disqualification. Other disqualifications are also there. I will be covering it. I got some brief idea about this disqualification: unsound mind, undischarged insolvent, application for adjudication to be an insolvent, or imprisonment. So these are the primary list of disqualification. Okay, is it clear up to this?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, now we'll move to the next part, other disqualifications. Okay, now you see. Next point says an order of disqualifying him for appointment of the director has been passed by a court or tribunal, and the order is in force. Because of some reasons, any court or tribunal has passed an order which is still unforced that this person is not eligible for appointment of a director for a specific period. If this kind of order has been passed, then naturally that will act as a disqualification. That person again cannot be appointed as a director. Okay. Understood this point?
Yes, sir.
Next is, he has not paid any calls in respect of any shares of the company held by him, and 6 months have elapsed. Are you getting what is the meaning? He has not paid in calls. He has not paid any calls. What does it mean?
No, sir. This we have not.
Okay. What happens when a person acquires shares in a company? Right. Let us say you are acquiring a share, so per share value is ₹10. Let us say. So company will make calls. Nowadays, most of the company are collecting the entire ₹10 at the first instance. That means shares are fully paid. Otherwise, normally what company normally does, it makes some first time when you pay some money, let us say out of ₹10, you will pay ₹2 first. That might be application money. Then another ₹2 may be called for, that might be allotment money. Then company will make call, first call, second call, third call, like this to pay you the remaining part of the money. Right?
Okay.
So like this, once the entire money is collected, nothing is due from the shareholder thereafter. Okay. So when you acquire a share, money is due by you to the company, and company will call that money. Okay, are you getting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And if there is any calls in area, that means call has been made, but this person has not paid. And not paid is one thing, and 6 months has been elapsed. That means he has not paid for 6 months. Then that person is not eligible to be appointed as a director. Okay, if he's paying within 6 months, then fine. But 6 months has been elapsed, then this person is not eligible to be appointed as a director. Are you getting this point?
Yes, sir. Now you got it.
Okay, so this is one more disqualification. Next thing is that he has been convicted of an offense dealing with related party transactions. Okay, so what is this dealing with related party transaction? Related party transaction is again a big issue. When you are appointed as a director, so you have to take a lot of responsibility. One of this responsibility is that if there is any transaction of the company with related party, you are supposed to disclose that. Okay, so you need to understand definition wise who are your related parties. You may not be knowing which are technically who is your relative, but if there is a relative and some transaction is happening by the company with him, then you are supposed to disclose that. If you fail to disclose, then this is an offense. That company is doing a transaction with your related party and you have not disclosed that you are somehow related to him. Are you getting? So if this kind of
Yes,
offense
sir.
has been committed by a person during last preceding 5 years, पिछले 5 साल के अंदर अगर ऐसा कुछ offense हुआ कि related party transaction है, but you have failed to disclose it, consequently you have committed an offense, then you are not eligible, or that person who has been convicted of that kind of offense is not qualified to be appointed as a director. Right?
Right, sir.
Okay. Then next issue is that he has not complied with the provisions of section 152, which requires director to have a DIN. If the person doesn't have a DIN, okay, nowadays without DIN you cannot be appointed as a director. But earlier this DIN was not mandatory. There are people who have been appointed without DIN. That person might be still continuing as a director without DIN. But this provision says if that is so, he has to obtain a DIN, because appointment was possible without DIN. Right? Under earlier law, appointment was possible without DIN. But he has been appointed. But if he doesn't have, then he is disqualified. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Next point is that he has not complied with the provisions of section 165 relating to holding up a specified number of directors. This is what I am going to, we are going to touch upon this subject very shortly. That means Companies Act requires that one person can become director, maximum these many companies. Okay, at this stage I am briefly telling you, maximum limit is 20. Okay, now here what we are talking about, in how many companies one person can become director. Earlier we have seen in company how many directors are possible, right? In that context, what we have understood, minimum director, private company is 2, public company 3, one person company is 1. Okay, have you remembered?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, can you repeat once again? How many directors? What is the minimum number of directors?
One person company, one director.
OPC 1.
Company, 2 directors.
OPC 1.
Company, 3 directors.
Right.
Private
And what is, now tell me, what is the maximum
One
number of
private,
directors?
2.
20.
Right. What is the maximum number of directors?
Maximum 20 for
20. Who told you 20?
20, sir.
No.
Sir, 15.
15. Okay. Maximum
15.
is 15. You can extend it
15.
through special resolution. Right. We have learned this. Is it done?
Special resolution.
That you see, this
Okay,
might
sir.
be
Yes, sir.
appearing very confusing. Minimum is 1, 2, 3 plus maximum number of directors is 15. It can cross 15 only with special resolution. That is one part. What is 20?
Okay.
20 is that one person can become director maximum in 20 companies. So this is
20
different thing.
companies.
This is
Okay.
different thing. Company can
Yes,
have
sir,
15
20.
directors, but let us say you are a director. You can be director maximum.
Okay.
How many companies? Let us say
20 companies.
you can be director maximum 20.
Yes, sir.
In 20 companies.
maximum 20 companies, out of which 10 is a public company that will be covering subsequently. But you need to remember that maximum you can be directors in 20 companies. And in
20
each such
companies.
company, there can be maximum 15 directors. Okay.
Okay.
So in case
Okay.
for some reason you have already directed in 20 companies, then you are disqualified to be appointed as a director of another company unless you resign from a company.
Okay.
Right. So that means
Right,
this
sir.
here we will say he is already holding a specified number of directorships. That person cannot become the director.
Okay.
Understood these disqualifications?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Further, now another
Yes, sir.
category of disqualification you see, this is again a you can say recent provision. Earlier law, these provisions are not there, because of which many directors become automatically disqualified. What happens, you see nowadays, this compliance has become very strict. Compliance requirement has become very strict in this corporate law sector. If a person is not complying the provisions, or if a company has failed to comply some of the basic provisions, then one thing is that company name can be struck out, but directors will also become disqualified to be director in some other company. Right? So many companies, it has been observed that they are not filing their annual financial statements. Right? We talk why most of the cases we prefer that we do business in a company platform, because we feel that the company, if you open a company, the records will be very transparent, because everything will be registered. Every time you have to file your financial statement and other things with the register of the company, that throughout the world anybody can see your accounts, right? So it is a very transparent manner of doing business in the when you open a company. Is it not? You are agreeing or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, for example, let us say you have a partnership firm. So nobody will ask if you are whether you are filing your returns or not. Okay, so you can keep quiet also without filing. But the moment you open a company or you register a company, then you have to comply with the provision. So if by chance some company have not filed his annual financial statements for 3 financial years, 3 साल तक file नहीं किया, then company will be struck out. That's a different story. But those directors, the directors of the company will be disqualified to be director in some other company. ऐसे नहीं हो सकता है कि वो डायरेक्टर फिर और कोई कंपनी में डायरेक्टर होकर दूसरा कंपनी कर सकते हैं, नहीं कर सकते. They are disqualified. If you apply with that DIN, then your system will not accept it. ROC's inbuilt system will disqualify them. Are you getting? So that is one thing.
Yes,
If
sir,
they have
we are getting.
not filed the financial statement for 3 financial years, then one more disqualification is also there. Fail to repay deposits. If the company has accepted some public deposits acceptance is not easy. It was very common in this chit fund era. In those days, many companies were accepting public deposits. If the company has failed to repay its deposits, or some companies, some of these chit fund companies are also collecting public deposits in the form of debentures. They are calling it deposits, but practically they are issuing debenture. And if those debentures are not redeemed in time, or interest due thereon has not been paid, and this thing happens for 1 year, that means for the 1 year you have not been able to redeem your debenture, not been able to pay back your deposits, not been able to pay interest in time, then what will, and 1 year has been elapsed, then these directors cannot become directors in any company. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So these are, you see, some additional disqualifications which can also be considered. And this disqualification will be valid for 5 years. 5 साल तक those people cannot become directors. These are certain disqualifications. Okay. So
Okay.
these are quite strict provisions, but these are required. So accordingly, these have been introduced in the law. Okay, but this disqualification is not applicable to government company. If government company, let us say it has not been paid deposits, but still what will happen? The directors will not be disqualified. Okay, but government company needs to file its annual financial statements. So if the government company, it is not applicable to the government company unless the government company has committed a default in filing its financial statements. Right. So this is the exemption available to the government company provided they have not committed default in filing financial statement. If they have committed a default in filing financial statement, then also this exemption is not applicable to them. Understood?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So these are the list of disqualification we have covered. I think when I will be sending you the slides, you just go through it, you will be able to understand all this thing. Plus,
Okay, sir.
okay. Now, one more aspect we have to learn. When this is the normal disqualification provided in the law, a private company may provide additional disqualification also. Okay, it is their choice. If the private company wants, it may give some additional disqualification. Meaning, it will provide a clause like this: only graduates can be appointed. If the person is not a graduate or government person is not having a particular academic degree, he cannot be a director. It is possible, provided it's a private company. Okay? Okay.
Sir, distance graduation is treated as graduation, sir.
Yeah, that is treated as
Graduation
graduation.
done
But
through
it is
distance.
graduation. I gave you an example only. Example, any kind of disqualification.
Okay.
Suppose a private company wants that in order to be appointed as director, the minimum height should be 5 feet 6 inches. It is up to him; they can do it.
Oh,
Any kind of
Okay.
qualification, any kind of additional qualification is possible for private company. Okay, public company
Okay.
cannot do it. Public
Okay.
company cannot bring any other additional disqualification, but a private company can do.
Sir, for getting DIN number, any qualification is there?
No, nothing is required.
No,
Nothing is required. You are having PAN or PAN and Aadhaar and photo.
Only digital signature, Aadhaar and PAN photo. Okay.
Yes, that's all. You can.
These four. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
You can have a director's identification number. No qualification is required.
Okay.
Law has not prescribed any qualification, educational qualification I'm talking about. Right.
Sir.
A private company by its article may provide
Right,
an
sir.
additional qualification, but public company cannot provide. Okay, understood? Achha, one more issue regarding disqualification that also we need to cover. Okay, this is if some kind of investigation is going on against a company, and in that investigation one director has been convicted of an offense, and in this investigation it is found that this director has been guilty of offense, right, and he has been convicted.
Yeah.
And because of this situation, he has vacated the office. Okay, suppose court has
Okay.
given an order that you have been convicted and your office shall be deemed to be vacated. Right?
Okay.
If that is so, because of investigation, one director's office has been vacated, then such director is also disqualified to be appointed as director in any other company.
Okay.
Okay, he also cannot be director in any other company. Understood? This is one more disqualification you can say. As a result of investigation, if office has been vacated, then he is also disqualified. Right? So these are the only issues, or these are the only areas of disqualification for the director. I think things are clear. You have understood it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Now coming to this part, this is maximum number of directors. If
Maximum number of directors.
this is section 165, we will be learning. But I briefly told you just now, before some time, that what section 165(1) says that person shall not hold the office of the director in any director, including alternate director, any kind of company. In how many companies? Can you read it?
20, more than 20 companies.
More than 20 companies. That means maximum
At the
he can
same
become
time.
director in 20 companies.
20 companies.
Maximum it can be 20 companies. Plus, in addition to that, you have to remember one more thing. You see,
For public,
out of the,
not exceed 10. 10 public
out
companies.
of the above 20 companies, maximum number of public companies should not exceed 10. That means if at all you want to become director in maximum number of companies, then 10 public, 10 private. or entire 20 private.
Public.
Of course, maximum
Okay.
20, of which public company 11 आप नहीं ले सकते as directors.
नहीं हो सकता.
नहीं हो सकता. Public is limited. Total is 20 and maximum public is 10.
10.
Okay, that is public. And here public means when a true public. Meaning, you know,
Okay.
earlier also you have understood, right? Private company whose holding company is a public company will be also considered as a public company. That will be deemed to a public company. Right? But for the purpose of directorship, it will be still considered as a private company.
Okay.
Okay. Because technically it is a private company, but it will be deemed to a public company in certain situations. Therefore, this particular paragraph it says the limit of public company shall include directorship in a private company. Shall include the directorship in a private company that are either holding a subsidiary company of a public company. So I need to correct what I said, that if the holding or subsidiary company is also a public company, then this company will also be considered as a private company.
Okay.
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 Now,
that means pure public companies are the subsidiaries of the public company.
yes,
It may be private also, but that is also treated as a public company only.
public company.
In
But-
case it is subsidiary. Okay.
Yeah, it can subsidiary. But one more thing we need to remember again, one additional things. This limit 20 does not include dormant company. Dormant company, what is dormant company? We had discussed earlier. That means there is no business operation. That is dormant company. And also doesn't include Section 8 company. Section 8 company means the companies which are formed for charitable purpose.
Trust, like trust.
Yeah.
Charitable trust.
Okay. Charitable companies. It is like trust, but it is a company again. So
Okay.
they are to be excluded.
Company.
Yeah. So one can become director in 20 company plus additional he can become director in some Section 8 companies. That's possible. Okay.
Okay, sir. So dormant and Section 8 companies are not included in 20.
Not included.
The maximum 20.
But that there is also condition.
That is not considered.
That will not included in 20
Sure.
provided the Section 8 company has not committed any default in the filing of financial statements or annual return. If they are committed in default,
Sir.
then
Okay.
they will be included.
Okay.
ठीक है?
ठीक है सर, वो तो डिस्क्वालिफिकेशन में आ जाएगा ना सर वो.
Yeah.
Then he will be for disqualified. This director.
Okay. Now you see,
That-
this is the limit which is given under Companies Act. But a company may internally, through special resolution, specify lesser number of companies in which their director can become the director. If the company wants, it can prescribe that maximum in how many number of companies their director can continue to be the director. Company may say, no, my director will be director maximum in, let us say, 5 companies. They may do so.
Okay.
Okay. Law says maximum
Okay.
20, 10 public. But company, if passes a special resolution, he can say, no. If somebody wants to become director in my company, maximum he can become director in 5 companies. That is possible.
Okay.
Okay?
Like earlier you told like qualification or height 5 feet 6 inch.
Yeah. Additional disqualification one can do. Here also restrict the number.
That kind of. Yes. Okay.
The next part which is there, this is not relevant for us because this is about transition period. That means when the new act came, if somebody is already holding directors in more than 20 companies, what you do? So this particular provision deals with that within 1 year time, then he has to resign from the other directorships, etc. He has to do. But that period is already over on 31st March
Already over.
2015. So
15 to
we need not bother about this. This
Okay.
transition period is over. It is still part
Okay.
of the law. But if somebody has committed a default,
Okay.
that means knowing that he has contravened all these requirements, then there is a penalty of rupees 5,000 rupees per day. So the director has by mistake taken appointment in more than 20 companies, then he has to pay fine of rupees 5,000 rupees per day. For every day, 5,000 rupees penalty.
This fine is to director, no? So
This
director
fine
needs
is
to
on
pay or
director.
company?
Yes, it is to director.
Director. Okay.
Okay, this is to director.
Okay.
Okay. Independent directors provisions I have already covered
Okay.
you in a previous class. So these are all
Yes,
these
sir.
things. We need not bother. Next part,
Yes, sir.
I will be coming to the other provisions. Yeah, duties of the directors we are supposed to cover. We'll start it. We may not be able to complete it today, but still we'll initiate it. Okay, duties of director.
Okay.
So you know,
I think
directors.
another 8 to 10 minutes only your section is there, sir. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, yeah. Another 5 minutes.
40 minutes, no limitation.
Yeah. So no issue.
Okay, another 5 minutes.
You can go through the slides.
Sir, again, we need to log in or next class only?
No, we'll be next class only. We'll be covering the remaining part. Okay.
Next class
So,
only. Okay.
so just let me introduce
Fine.
you to this concept, the duties of the director. You know, director's office is the office of trust,
Sir.
right? He has to work like a trustee to the company. So the first duty is that he shall act in accordance with the articles of the company. You know what is articles of the company or articles of association? We call it as AOA. What is this? Any idea? I had
It
shown
is
you.
a certain guidelines or bylaws.
How it is bylaws,
Written
exactly,
for,
exactly
the
what you said, that it is a bylaws or the internal rules and regulations of the company. The director has to act in accordance with the
Yes.
articles of association, and also there should be subject to provisions of Companies Act. Okay, so what is there in the Companies Act and what is there articles of association? He has to understand that accordingly. He has to act, and he has to act in good faith for the objects of the company. And he has to also work for the best interest of the company, its employees, shareholders, and for the interest of the community, that he has to act. Right? He shall exercise the duties with due and reasonable care, skill, and diligence. So it is not expected of him to do something in a carelessly manner or without exercising his skill, without exercising his knowledge. He has to do everything carefully, skillfully, and diligently. He shall not involve in any situation which have any direct or indirect interest. If he is interested in a particular contract or some kind of thing, some kind of transaction of the company where he is having a direct or indirect interest, he should not be involved. In those kind of decisions, he should disclose and he should not participate in that discussion. Okay, others may decide, that's okay, but he should disclose his interest, but he should not participate in that discussion. Then he should not achieve any undue gain or advantages, either by himself or his relatives, partners, associates. They also should not get any undue gain or advantage out of the company. If at all he has got some kind of advantages, then he should pay back to the company. He should compensate the company for that. Right? This is one more duty.
Right, sir.
Okay. Then other duties are also there. I'll tell you this thing. Next is he shall not assign his office. That means, suppose I will not go to director's office, I can send somebody else. You go or act on my behalf as the director. That's not possible. Okay, it's a kind of personal contract kind of thing. So a director cannot assign its office to somebody else. If at all he has assigned, then it will become void. Right. So these are the basic duties. And if the director contravenes the provisions of this section 166, then he is also punishable with a fine which may vary from the range of 1 lakh to 5 lakh rupees. Minimum is 1 lakh, maximum is 5 lakh rupees. If he contravenes any of these provisions, if it is found that he has not exercised due care, or he has not acted in good faith, or he has taken some undue advantages. So like this, then the fine is how much? 1 lakh to 5 lakh. Okay. Okay. There are some another procedural duties also, like he has to file various documents. So if you are a director, you have to file various returns. You should convene general meeting. Board is responsible to convene general meeting. So director as a part, he has to take part in that. Attend board meeting. Board meeting, he has to attend all the board meeting. If he is continuously not attending for 1 year, then his office will be automatically vacated. So like this, these are some points, some additional points also there, disclose interest, etc. So we'll be covering this part, these additional parts in your next class. That is what I'm planning to do. Okay, so this duties of the director, this part is partly complete, and almost complete the major part. Some procedural part is still pending. So we'll be covering these things in our next class. Okay, you have any queries?
No, sir. As of now, no.
I'll be sending you the slides.
Okay.
Please go through these slides in the next class.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Good night, sir.
Good night.